Mr. Abuse of Authority. 2 Samuel chapter 11 verses 5 to 27. We read about David here. Abuse of authority is sin. David, the great king, committed this sin and faced brutal consequence as a result. We will understand three things about David's abuse of authority. First of all, let's say David's sin. He saw Bathsheba bathing. He inquired about who is she. Then he sent, then lied with Bathsheba. The second thing is David's shame. This can be understood by this question. This question David can ask to himself. Why am I here when battle is going on? I am here in my palace. David's shame. Thirdly, we see David's scheme, David's plan against Uriah. This can be answered by this question. What am I doing? David would ask to himself, what am I doing here? I am behaving in such a way that I have never behaved before. He writes a letter, seals it, sends it, commands to put Uriah in the front of the battle. David's behavior in this chapter looks totally different. He has never behaved like this before, just because of his sin. Few minutes he could have passed, but just went over and committing that adultery that leads to different sin like murder. If Jonathan would have been with David, he would have not committed. I think it is good to have advisor, a friend who is godly, so that he can advise, or you can go and ask what to do when I face temptation like this. As a king, he abused his authority over a woman. As a king, he abused his authority over his people. As a king, he abused his authority over his own loyal co-workers. He broke God's commandments. Thus, David faced consequence, a brutal consequence, that he was not allowed to even build the temple of God.